The year is 2157. Earth's resources have been depleted to dangerous levels, forcing humanity to look beyond our solar system for survival. Commander Elena Reyes stands on the observation deck of the ISV Prometheus, Earth's most advanced interstellar vessel. Through the massive viewport, she watches as the familiar blue marble of Earth grows smaller by the second. This isn't her first deep space mission, but it is undoubtedly the most critical. The fate of humanity rests on the success of what they've dubbed Project Salvation. The colonization of Proxima Centauri b, humanity's best hope for a second home. Elena's thoughts are interrupted by Dr. Adrian Chen, the mission's lead scientist. His face shows the strain of the past months, endless preparation, minimal sleep, and the weight of responsibility. "Final systems check complete," he reports, his voice betraying a hint of anxiety that only Elena, after 15 years of friendship, would notice. "The quantum drive is stable. Dimensional fold will initiate in precisely 17 minutes. Elena nods, maintaining the confident demeanor expected of a commander, though internally she shares his apprehension. No human has ever traveled using the experimental quantum fold drive. Simulation tests have been promising, but this will be the technology's true baptism. The Prometheus houses 200 of Earth's finest, scientists, engineers, agricultural specialists, and military personnel, all placed in cryostasis for the journey. Only the command crew will remain awake during the dimensional fold, a process that theoretically will allow the ship to create a temporary wormhole, reducing a journey of 4 light-years to mere hours. If successful, the ships that follow will carry thousands more colonists. If not, Elena pushes the thought aside. Failure simply isn't an option. As the countdown to dimensional fold activation begins, unusual readings appear on the quantum drive monitors. Dr. Maya Okafor, the quantum physicist who designed the revolutionary engine, frantically works to interpret the anomalies. "The quantum field is destabilizing," she announces, her fingers flying across the holographic interface. "It's as if something is interfering with the field calibration." Before any corrective measures can be implemented, the ECI quantum drive activates prematurely. The ship shudders violently as reality itself seems to bend around them. The viewport shows not the star-speckled blackness of space, but a swirling vortex of impossible colors. A high-pitched whine builds throughout the ship, and then darkness. When Elena regains consciousness, the Prometheus is drifting in an unfamiliar star system. The ship's systems are mostly operational, but communications with Earth are completely dead. According to the navigation system, they're nowhere near Proxima Centauri. In fact, the star patterns don't match any charted region of space. Dr. Chen helps Elena to her feet as Maya stares at the quantum drive readings in disbelief. "We've traveled much farther than intended," she whispers. "Based on these stellar configurations, we're at least 300 light-years from Earth." The immediate crisis of their displacement is compounded by a more troubling discovery. The quantum drive, their only means of returning home, has suffered catastrophic damage. Without specialized materials that don't exist on the Prometheus, repairs are impossible. While the conventional engines remain functional for local travel, the painful reality sets in. They are stranded far from Earth with no way to communicate their situation or return home. Protocol dictates they should attempt to complete as much of their original mission as possible, which means finding a habitable planet in this unknown region of space. Long-range scans reveal a promising candidate, a terrestrial planet orbiting within the habitable zone of its star. Initial readings show an oxygen-nitrogen atmosphere, liquid water, and moderate temperatures. With few alternatives, Elena makes the decision to head for this world while maintaining limited crew activity to conserve resources. After 3 weeks of conventional travel, they achieve orbit around the planet they've named Haven. Surface scans reveal Earth-like conditions, with dense vegetation covering much of the land masses. Curiously, there are also regular geometric patterns that suggest possible artificial structures. The question of whether to wake additional crew members becomes a point of contention. Elena argues for a small reconnaissance team to investigate the surface before risking more lives, while Dr. Chen advocates awakening specialists who could better assess the planet's viability. The debate is rendered moot when a massive energy surge emanates from the planet's surface, temporarily disabling the Prometheus's systems. As functionality returns, a startling discovery appears on their communications array. Someone, or something, is broadcasting a signal directly to their ship, carrying what appears to be a mathematical sequence. Maya recognizes it immediately: prime numbers, a universal indicator of intelligence. The signal shifts, becoming more complex, until finally, resolving into a simplified language algorithm. The message is clear: we welcome your return. Return? The implication is unsettling. Humanity has never ventured this far into space before, at least not according to any official records. Elena assembles a small landing team, herself Dr. Sei, Chen, Maya, Security Officer Kazuki Tanaka, and exobiologist Dr. Sofia Rodriguez. They descend to the planet's surface in a shuttle, landing near the source of the transmission. The landscape is hauntingly familiar, Earth-like, but with subtle differences in vegetation coloration and atmospheric quality that give everything a slightly surreal appearance. They're greeted by humanoid figures whose features are obscured by ornate masks and flowing garments. Their leader addresses them in an archaic form of English, welcoming them to what they call New Terra. What follows is a revelation that shakes the landing team to their core. These people identify themselves as descendants of human colonists who arrived on this world over 3 centuries ago. According to their historical records, Earth launched secret quantum fold missions in the 21st century, long before official history acknowledges such technology existed. These early missions were desperate attempts to ensure humanity's survival during a period of escalating climate catastrophe and political instability. Contact with Earth was lost shortly after their ancestors' arrival, leading them to believe Earth had succumbed to self-destruction. Over centuries of isolation, their society evolved differently from Earth's. They developed a symbiotic relationship with Haven's indigenous microbial life, which accelerated their technological development in unexpected directions. Rather than pursuing mechanical technology, they focused on bioengineering and quantum communication. Their bodies have been subtly altered over generations of adaptation to Haven's environment, explaining their obscured appearances. They're sensitive to certain wavelengths of light that the Prometheus crew's unmodified eyes emit. Elena and her team are taken to the settlement's central complex, a vast structure of living architecture that seems to grow rather than having been built. Inside, they're introduced to the archivists, keepers of humanity's original knowledge and the settlement's history. The archivists explain that they've been monitoring space for centuries, hoping for contact from Earth. The quantum signature of the Prometheus's drive matched their records of the original colony ships, triggering automated beacons designed to guide visitors to their location. While this revelation is still being processed, Maya makes a disturbing connection. The quantum drive malfunction wasn't simply a technical failure. It was influenced by a quantum entanglement beacon originating from Haven. Their arrival wasn't an accident, but the result of deliberate intervention. When confronted with this theory, the archivists admit the truth. They detected the Prometheus's quantum signature as it was preparing to fold and recognized it as matching their ancient records. Fearing the ship would pass by their system without detecting them, they activated a quantum resonance pulse designed to attract quantum-capable vessels. This admission creates immediate tension. The Haven colonists are desperate for news of Earth and potential reconnection with humanity's homeworld. But their actions have effectively stranded the Prometheus and its crew hundreds of light years from their intended destination. Elena confronts them about the ethics of their interference, but the conversation is interrupted by an urgent communication from the Prometheus. Officer Tanaka receives word that multiple crew members in cryostasis are showing signs of cellular degradation. The quantum fold's unexpected trajectory exposed them to an unknown form of radiation that's slowly breaking down their molecular structure. Dr. Rodriguez identifies similarities between the radiation effects and Haven's indigenous microbial life. She theorizes that the colonists' symbiotic relationship with this life form might hold the key to treating the affected crew members. The archivists confirm this possibility, but warn that such treatment would permanently alter those affected, integrating them with Haven's biosphere in ways that might make returning to Earth's environment impossible, even if they could repair the quantum drive. Elena faces an impossible choice: leave her crew in cryostasis, where they'll eventually die as the degradation spreads, or save them at the cost of potentially tying them permanently to Haven. After agonizing deliberation, she authorizes awakening the affected crew members and beginning treatment. The process requires utilizing the colonists' bioengineering chambers, massive organic structures that look more like living cocoons than medical devices. As the treatment proceeds, Dr. Chen and Maya work with the colonists' quantum specialists to understand their technology. They discover that the colonists have developed a different approach to quantum physics, one that views quantum states not as probabilities to be calculated, but as a living communication network between all matter. This perspective has allowed them to develop quantum communication techniques that don't require conventional transmitters, instead using entangled particles to communicate instantaneously across vast distances. A potential solution emerges while the Prometheus's quantum drive is irreparably damaged. The colonists possess technology that might allow them to establish a quantum entanglement link with Earth strong enough to transmit data, if not physical matter. If successful, they could at least inform Earth of their situation and the existence of Haven. The challenge is identifying a suitable quantum receiver on Earth that could detect and interpret their signal. Maya realizes that the quantum drive production facility on Earth's moon contains materials with the same quantum signature as the Prometheus's drive, materials that should be naturally entangled at the quantum level. If they can amplify this entanglement using Haven's technology, they might create a communication bridge. The plan requires combining Earth technology with Haven's organic quantum interfaces, a merger never before attempted. Meanwhile, the crew members undergoing treatment begin to show signs of transformation. Their cellular structure stabilizes, but subtle changes appear: enhanced sensory perception, bioluminescent patterns beneath their skin that respond to emotional states, and most remarkably, an intuitive understanding of quantum states that even Maya, with all her theoretical knowledge, struggles to comprehend. They report experiences of feeling the quantum connections between objects and perceiving reality as a fluid network rather than discrete entities. As preparations for the quantum communication attempt continue, tensions rise among the untreated crew members. Some view the changes in their colleagues with fascination and hope, while others react with fear and disgust, seeing it as a corruption of human identity. Elena struggles to maintain unity while processing her own conflicting emotions about their situation. In private conversations with Dr. Chen, she questions whether they should focus on finding a way home or accepting that Haven might be their new permanent residence. The colonists, sensing this division, share more of their history, particularly the challenges their ancestors faced in accepting their new identity as something neither fully Earth-human nor fully integrated with Haven. Their society eventually embraced a philosophy that views humanity not as a fixed biological state, but as a continually evolving consciousness that adapts to its environment while maintaining core values of compassion, curiosity, and community. This perspective helped them navigate their own transformation over generations. On the day of the quantum communication attempt, both the Prometheus crew and Haven colonists gather at the central complex. The modified equipment, a hybrid of Earth technology and Haven's organic quantum interfaces, pulses with energy as Maya initiates the sequence. A quantum entanglement field expands, creating a connection that theoretically spans hundreds of light years instantaneously. For several intense minutes, there's no indication of success. Then faintly at first, but growing stronger, a response signal appears. The data is fragmentary but unmistakable. Earth has received their transmission. The responding signal contains updated star charts, historical records of the past century, and most crucially, Specifications for a next-generation quantum drive capable of folding space more precisely than the Prometheus's original system. With Haven's advanced bioengineering and Earth's mechanical expertise combined, they might be able to construct a new drive capable of returning the Prometheus to Earth or allowing Earth ships to reach Haven. As the communication stabilizes, a video transmission from Earth clarifies the situation further. Earth has been searching for the Prometheus since its disappearance 3 months ago. Time dilation effects from the quantum fold explain the discrepancy in their perceived journey. Time, the revelation of Haven's existence and its connection to secret 21st century missions has caused political upheaval, as classified historical records are now being released that reveal how close humanity came to extinction during that period. 3. In transmission concludes with an unexpected proposal. Rather than attempting to return the Prometheus immediately, Earth authorities suggest establishing Haven as humanity's first extrasolar colony, as originally intended, but at this new location. The crew would have the option of returning once a rescue ship with the improved quantum drive could be dispatched, approximately 2 Earth years from now, or remaining as the foundation of a new chapter in human expansion. Elena calls a ship-wide meeting to present these options to her crew. The discussion is passionate, with compelling arguments on both sides. Those who have undergone the Haven treatment process generally favor staying, having already begun integration with the planet's ecosystem. Others express a deep longing for Earth and the lives they left behind. In a poignant address, Elena acknowledges there is no perfect solution that will satisfy everyone. She announces that she will remain with those who choose to stay, while her second-in-command will lead those who wish to return when the rescue ship arrives. As the crew disperses to consider their choices, Elena stands with Dr. Chen and Maya on a hillside overlooking the Haven settlement. The sun sets over the alien landscape that somehow feels increasingly like home. Maya observes that quantum physics has always suggested a universe of infinite possibilities existing simultaneously. Perhaps they haven't so much found themselves in the wrong place as discovered a place they were always meant to find. Dr. Chen adds that humanity's greatest strength has been its adaptability, its willingness to transform while carrying forward the essence of what makes them human. Elena watches as some of the treated crew members commune with Haven's environment, their bioluminescent patterns glowing softly in the twilight. She reflects that perhaps this is humanity's true destiny, not just to find new worlds, but to evolve with them, creating something neither could become alone. As night falls, twin moons rise over Haven, their light revealing the geometric patterns of the settlement, merging seamlessly with the natural landscape. In this moment, hundreds of light years from where they intended to be, Elena realizes they have fulfilled the spirit of their mission after all. Project Salvation was never just about finding a new home for humanity. It was about ensuring that humanity itself could continue to grow, adapt, and thrive among the stars. The communication link with Earth remains active, a quantum bridge between humanity's past and its possible future. In the coming months, knowledge will flow in both directions. Earth sharing its technological advances, Haven offering its biological innovations and philosophical perspectives. Two branches of humanity separated by centuries and vast distances, reconnected by an accident that increasingly seems like destiny. In the final scene, as dawn breaks over Haven, Elena stands before the assembled crew and colonists. "We came searching for humanity's future," she says, her voice carrying across the gathering. "Instead, we found a piece of its past, and together, we will create a future neither world could have imagined alone." The camera pulls back, revealing the Prometheus in the distance. No longer an alien intrusion on the landscape, but beginning to integrate with it. Sections of the hull, now covered with Haven's bioluminescent flora, a symbolic merging of technologies and worlds that represents the first step in humanity's new evolution among the stars.